Good morning, and welcome to another fun episode of Daddykirbs live here on the Daddykirbs farm. I look forward to this time every Saturday, joining with you guys just to share time together, share updates and stories, and just catch up as a family. If you hear a little noise in the background, that's just Mama Kirbs taking care of the house, so forgive that. Today, well, let's just start with everyone has a story and every story counts. I believe that from the bottom of my heart. Everything in me says that is absolutely the truth. So that leads us to our pledge. And the pledge is just a time where we get to declare that as a family, we sit up straight, put our hand on our chest, and we say, my story counts because I count. I believe your story counts because I believe you count. Thank you so much for sharing your stories with me through this live show and letting me share mine with you. I got up this morning, not really sure what was going to happen with this live show. A lot of times I think, I don't have anything to say, I don't know what to do. And then I sit down and start thinking, and I end up with a page full of notes. So we are going to talk about a few things. Projects here on the farm, of course, Luke update, bee update, things like that. I think we even have a special critter of the day, so before the end of the hour, we'll get to that. And did you guys just love having Mama Kirbs on here last week? I did. I really, really did love having her next to me and sharing that time with her, with you. So we had a little discussion. She felt like she didn't say enough because I talk too much. So should she come on again, and I hope someday she does, we're going to give her a little more time to share her thoughts, and I'm going to take a breather every now and then. But today it's just me sitting here, so I'm going to ramble. She says ramble on. So ramble I shall. And the first thing that we're going to do is set up the giveaway for today. Today is the 1st, right? Today's the 1st, right?
29th. It's leap day.
Oh. Well, let's do it anyway. All right. So, yeah, today's the 29th. So, normally, the way I want to do this is we're going to give away the Pruitt's tree resin on the 1st. And I just thought that was today. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to...
It's a special day.
It's a special day. It's a leap year. It's the 29th. We only get this day once every 4 years, right? I happen to know one person that was born on the 29th. And I think it's pretty cool that they only have a birthday once every 4 years. Oh, and so one of our very own... Vi or V, I'm sorry, you probably told me before which one it is. McShannon is her birthday, so you're probably like only 5 years old, right?
There's a lot of specials for people. They can look it up.
There's a lot of what?
Gifts, restaurants are giving things away to people born on that day.
Oh, so last week, I told you how frugal Mama Kirbs is and how she has allowed us to have a better lifestyle because of her ability to manage money. So just now she gave a tip from across the room, and that is if it's your birthday on today being leap year, a lot of restaurants and things are giving special offers to you. So check that out. Go out maybe to 10 different restaurants today. All right, so we're setting up the Pruitt's tree resin giveaway. And that is with the tree resin oil and the tree resin salve. Let's see. Did we have a special phrase for, let's just say Pruitt's tree resin, or I want Pruitt's tree resin, or I like Pruitt's tree resin. However you want to say that. If you say Pruitt's tree resin, and it's Pruitt**S, Pruitt's tree resin. If you say Pruitt's tree resin is awesome, that's what Mama Kirbs says. She's going to participate in the show from across the room. So go ahead and share that in the comments. And Kate, is often the one that does our giveaway spreadsheets. I'm assuming it's going to be the same today. Yeah, all right, already. Yeah, so the Pruitt's tree resin, just to let you know, is I probably should have an official. Let's see what they say. Gotta take my glasses off. It doesn't say. You will get a business card in. This is a box. I opened the box today. This is the box you'll be getting. It comes with a card. Comes with a what is this? Health news, little newspaper type thing. Talks about the tree resin and how it helps people naturally healing wounds and skin. It's an antiviral, antimicrobial, anti all bad stuff, I guess. And I use it as a natural deodorant. I put just a tiny little amount on my hand, spread it out, and use it as a deodorant. And it really does do a lot of good, keeping the stink down, and makes me smell like a forest. I feel like I got a little something going on in my throat. All right, so you'll get the information, newspaper, the business card, and these two items here, which is the salve and the oil. Same ingredients, different carriers. Let me put these back in here. So just like always, if you appreciate Pruitt's tree resin being a part of the Daddykirbs story, send him an email or a phone call, just letting him know, or hit him up on Facebook or something like that. Let him know that you appreciate what he's doing, because he sends these things to me to offer to you. And to continue that, just because he's a nice guy, David Pruitt sent me some things to try. And so they have a product called activated charcoal, Pruitt's tree resin activated charcoal. So that is a product that I'm going to give a shot. I've never used it. It's a little pill, and apparently it's good for diarrhea, food poisoning, stomach flu, vomiting, gas, indigestion, and acid reflux. So that's a product that I get to try. Also, a couple of soaps that have the tree resin and different essential oils. This one is a activated charcoal soap, and also has tea tree oil and olive oil and coconut oil. This one is a Breathe Easy soap. You can see it has tree resin, eucalyptus oil, peppermint oil, olive oil. So a couple of soaps that I get to try out, and then I'll report back to you how those work out. And then also he sent, these are all things that you can get from the tree resin, Pruitt's tree resin website. Organic plant sulfur, apparently a food supplement, I guess. I don't know. I've never used it. I need to do more research about that before I say anything about it, because I don't really know that much about it. But it's something that we will be trying. All right. Lots of people want Pruitt's tree resin. It's really, really good. So this, when I share all of this, it's not to be a great big commercial. It really is about somebody who's sharing their story with me, and I want to share it with you. So big thank you to Pruitt's tree resin as a company for being a part of our story. So this morning, let's get started. Yes, if you are not in the family, that's a group on Facebook. It's a private group that we share with each other, and you want to, there are links in the chat, but do answer the questions to get into the group, because those questions are a filter for people. If you really want to be in the group, then you're going to answer the questions. If you don't, then you might not answer the questions. And we have 43 people that have not answered the questions sitting, waiting. And my moderators and myself are basically ignoring those requests. because the questions pop up, you answer them, you get in the group. If you don't, you don't. So please do. I know that sounds kind of rude maybe, but these groups a lot of times attract just a lot of different people from around the web, and they don't have any real interest in being a part of that. And the family I want to keep as a core group of people that really do appreciate each other, not just random people that want to join a group for their own personal, sharing their own whatever. Drink my tea. Good tea this morning, Mama Curbs. Thank you. All right, so another thing I like to do when I start is to be grateful. I like to express my gratefulness, and I am very grateful to my moderators, a small group of people that are dedicated to making this show smooth and family friendly. Thank you very much for the time that you put into this. I really do appreciate. I don't often probably show how much I appreciate you guys, but I really, really do appreciate you guys. Also appreciate my patrons. Those are just people that have a heart for giving financially. They support my story either through Patreon, PayPal, or even sometimes checks in the mail. I'm not asking for any of that, but some people truly do want to give. And my dad has said in the past, let the giver give. And his point there was that sometimes people just have a heart to give, and it's not right to refuse that. So those things are open. If you choose that, if you don't, that's fine. I love having you here just the same. Also, big thank you to my followers, my fans, my friends, my subscribers, just people who follow along with the story. You watching my videos on YouTube is a big help to me. Also sharing those, and some of you do that, and that is a big help, and a big thank you to you. Let's see, who else? Yes, several people this past week have purchased green stock gardening systems from using my link and my discount code. And so I really love the fact that that is being shared. People are trying that out because I think it's a great gardening system. And yes, I do get a little bit from that when you use my link. And so you're helping to support the Daddykirbs farm at the same time. So big thank you to those. I think it was 2 people this past week that purchased Greenstock Gardens. Thank you very much. And I see a squirrel popped up. I saw, there it is, Mr. Happy. The Mama Curbs Fund. You're getting paid this morning, honey. Nice. All right. I almost went outside to do the show outside this morning. You guys will probably get bored with this background, but it was under 50 degrees, and I just didn't think I wanted to sit out there. Sorry. It's coming. There's a time coming when we're going to do the show outside again, but I'm a big weenie. When it's under 50 degrees, I don't, yeah, it's 46, 47 degrees, whatever. I don't want to be outside in that very much. If I'm working, that's different because I'm moving, but if I'm just sitting in front of a camera, it's too cold. All right. Let's see here. My notes. Let me go down the notes. Mama Curbs is going to hear this. I didn't want her to. I meant to say this last week. I really meant to say this last week. But she has a birthday coming up. And I'm not very good generally at providing the best birthday experiences. Because for me, my perspective is that I don't personally value a lot of attention on my birthday. So it's hard for me to give that to other people. And Mama Curbs loves her birthday. I love her birthday. I'm not very good at showing it. So if you have it in your heart to share a card, excuse me, share a card with her, do that using my P.O. box. Just send that and put Mama Curbs on there, and I'll make sure she gets that.
You can show them next Saturday.
Yeah, I'll show all the cards that come in the live show. I won't show your address. All right. Let's see here. What's going on in the chat? All the fun happens in the chat, and I miss most of it. My bees stay inside. I'll stay inside. You got it, Tim. And here's the bee update. Most days, the bees are staying inside. There have been a few very nice days when the bees are out, and we see them up around the house. But most days lately, they're just kind of hunkered down. They're staying warm. Hey, there's another one. Let's see. Julie said, so sorry my recent trip to Texas went wrong and I didn't get to visit y'all as planned. I was looking forward to visiting. Hey, Julie, that's okay. We understand. Thank you so much for being here this morning. All right. What else is on the list? So the title of this video was about farm projects. I'm going to start talking about some of the projects I have going on and some of the things that are upcoming. I tend to do too much. That's true. I know it. I understand that about myself, and it's not always a good thing because it's rarely a good thing to do too much because then you don't get things done the way you want to, things fall behind, and so that's what I hope to avoid. But so let's just talk about the projects. We have been making great progress, amazing progress on those fences, the one that runs behind where the barn's going to be, and the one that is going completely around the chicken yard. I was calling it the chicken run, but I'm going to call it the chicken yard because it's much bigger. Let's see, I measured it. It's 40 feet deep and almost 100 feet long. Pace yourself. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Haffey. I try. Life keeps me in check. My full-time job keeps me in check. My family, my farm keeps me in check. All right. So the chicken yard is approximately 40 feet deep and 100 feet long. That's a pretty nice size space for chickens. We're going to have the goat, the chickens, and the small ducks in that space. And we are almost done, as of yesterday, almost done with that fence surrounding that area. A super big thank you to my daughter's friend, Hunter, who's been coming over here to help out. It's been really fun working with you, Hunter, if you're watching, and I really appreciate you giving your time to me to help me get those projects done because we made amazing progress, fantastic progress, wonderful progress on the fence yesterday, and Mama Curbs had told me today she's going to help me finish that. So the part that needs finished is putting up the horizontal boards. And mostly I just need a person to hold up the other end of the board, and she's going to be out there with me doing that today. I will take Instagram video and photos for you. If you follow along on Instagram, you get a few more tidbits of information than you do just following along on YouTube. I'm not the most amazing YouTuber with all kinds of stuff going on, you know, all the updates and all the videos every day. I will say this. I am really super duper proud of Hugh's Nursery. Some of you guys know who Hugh's Nursery is. A young man that has been on YouTube now for about 8 years. I watched Hugh come into the gardening scene way back in, I don't know, it was probably 2012 or so. And he was 16 years old. And I thought, wow, this is really cool. This 16-year-old kid is showing gardening videos. And I really like the fact that he's using his time to do that and to share that. Well, he has matured so much over the last 8 or 9 years. And his YouTube channel now has almost 200,000 subscribers. He's on television shows in the UK. He's written 2 books about gardening, and he is just really, an impressive young man, and I want to say that I'm very proud of you, Hugh, if you're watching this. If not, then please, you guys who are the family members, go check Hugh's Nursery on YouTube out. If you're not following him, subscribe, follow, and give him some notes on some of his videos. Let him know that you found him through the Daddykirbs farm and that you are also very proud of him. So yeah, go check out the channel. Thank you, Kilted Gardener, for posting that. And Liz, a friend of his, he's only 20? Oh, I thought he was a little older than that now. Okay, so I guess maybe it wasn't 8 years ago. It must have been only 4 or 5 years ago. Wow, yeah, so Liz Zorb there is a friend of Hugh, and they do a lot of collaboration. It's really cool to see that happening. Man, I thought it was longer. I thought he was like 24 now, but maybe not. Oh, he did start 8 years ago. He started on YouTube when he was 12. Wow, so I was wrong about the age, but yeah, I watched him start. Anyway, I feel like almost in a way a daddy on YouTube, because I've seen people start up, and it's kind of funny. My name is Daddykirbs. All right. Very cool. Very cool. All right, let's see what else do I have here. Let's talk a little bit more about that fence. It is heavy posts. It's 6x6 posts. All of them are about 3 feet in the ground. The clay soil, which is very hard to dig. So most, excuse me, most of the holes were dug with an auger. We did dig a bit of them. Had to redig some of them using the post hole diggers. It's a very tough dig, but it's so worth it because once those posts are in and you get it compacted with gravel and clay, they're pretty solid. And then we wrapped the outside of it with that 2x4 welded wire, and on top of that putting the 2x6s. So it's going to be a very sturdy fence, in my opinion, a very good looking fence, and I'm really excited to share more of that with you. I did do the one video, hopefully you enjoyed that, showing me building the gate. Give Blake some water. I got my tea. It's winter in Texas, you know, and that just means there's yucky drainage and stuff going on, so. I'd like to try Pruitt's tree resin. Maybe it'll work as a swarm lure. That's an interesting thought. I am the daddy on YouTube. Thanks, Tim. All right. The barn progress. We're kind of in a holding pattern. The barn, I think I already explained this last week. The down payment was made. The drawings were approved. We're waiting for them to submit to us an invoice, I guess, for that middle payment. After the drawings are approved, we'll send in that middle payment. Then they'll put the barn into production. They're going to custom mill every piece and then put that in a package, a kit, and deliver it to us. And then actually before they deliver it, we'll submit that final payment. They'll deliver, and we hopefully will have a foundation done by then, and we can just get to work on getting that barn put up. We plan on having several days where friends and family can come in and help, because we're going to have to stain and protect the different parts of the barn. It comes as raw wood. So we're going to go through the effort of staining the pieces before we put it up, and then have a barn raising day. So I don't know what day that's going to be yet, but it's going to be a pretty fun experience. It's going to be one of those times when I will truly appreciate having a few extra hands here. It is post and beam, yes. It's a post and beam. So the way they do this, as I understand it, is that they take your drawings and then they go custom mill all the posts and beams and all the parts, and they put the post and beam structure up at their facility just to make sure everything's pre-drilled correctly. And then they take it apart, put it in a package, and send it to you. That way they know that all the pieces are in good shape, they're all drilled correctly, you're going to be able to put this up no problem, because everything is pre-drilled and it comes with the nuts and bolts, and you just put the thing together. So I'm really excited to see that structure go up. Kate says she's going to come join us, but she's not good with hammering nails. Speaking of hammering, man, my elbow, I got a little hammer elbow. I've been swinging that hammer on that fence, putting those fence staples in. And yeah, it's starting to feel a little bit inflamed. Gotta take my my activators, which I do every day. The reason I can do what I do. All right. Bring some food. Speaking of food, Kate, so we have several jars of pear butter, and the other day I ran out of the pear butter that was in the refrigerator, so I opened the one that you gave me, and it tastes wonderful. Thank you, Kate. For those of you who don't follow Kate, Inside Kate's Kitchen, she has a lot of really cool videos about how to cook, how to can, how to preserve, whatever, you know, that type of kitchen stuff, and she does a really nice job, so you should go check that out. Let's see, art historyification. Have you tried CBD cream? I have, actually, and I actually sometimes will take CBD oil as well. Okay. Yeah, for the most part, you guys know the story where I lived with chronic pain for 23 years, and I found these this set of products that I call activators, and my pain went away within a couple months of taking those, and I've lived almost completely pain-free since then, and I've been able to get so much work done because I'm not in pain all the time. And just the other day, just like 3 or 4 days ago, I slept wrong and got a little crick in my neck, and you know, that changes things a little bit when you go out and work and you're kind of favoring one spot, and then you end up sore in another spot. So the last couple of days I feel like I've been working out, but it's good. All right, what's going on here? Very cool. All right, so that's the barn update. Hopefully you guys have seen the barn. Do I have that printout? Barn printout? Is it handy right here anywhere? If not, that's okay.
The picture? Or?
Yeah. Did we have a printout?
Mm-mm.
Oh, we didn't?
I just have the colored book for sure.
Oh. Some of the other projects that I'll be hopefully getting done this year is I would love to build a few more beehives. I'm not sure about getting that done, but I do have a beehive coming to me. Last year I had my buddy Todd and his kids put 2 together, and they're wonderful. So thank you, Todd, if you're watching. And I shouldn't have to say if you're watching. Thank you, Todd.
You want to show them that?
Yeah. So there's a channel called JK Canvas. If you look up JK Canvas on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, I met him at the Good of the Land Fest, and he does woodworking, and he has agreed to put to build a hive, and probably will be picking that up from him at the next Good of the Land Fest. And yeah, so that'll be pretty cool because he's going to put his stamp on it, and I will have a JK Canvas hive in my bee yard. So that'll be pretty cool. A few other projects that we really need to get done is a front fence and a gate. That one's been on the list for years, and we just haven't figured out exactly how we want to build that. So those are things coming up as well. Garden projects. So last week I mentioned that we were going to be doing this 4-H project garden, and that is coming up this Sunday, right? Tomorrow.
24 hours. In 24 hours.
In 24 hours, we're going to be putting this garden together. I was really hoping to have some really nice raised beds. Yes, it's a horizontal hive, Mr. Pine City Apiary. I was really hoping to have some really nice raised beds in the area that we're going to do the 4-H garden. But because of time and money, we are opting to just do not raised beds. We're just going to define the beds there in the garden space and just grow right in the ground. And in that garden, we're going to be planting seeds, probably cucumber and maybe cantaloupe or something like that. But we also have some plants that I got at the local grocery. They were good-looking plants, peppers and tomatoes, different varieties, for $1.50 each. So we're going to be planting those as well. All of that will be happening tomorrow. I hope to get some video about that. But sometimes video is not the first thought, and then we end up missing it. But hopefully we can get some video about planting that garden and providing that space for this group of kids to come in and grow their own food. All right. I was thinking about garden beds. So we also are going to be doing more garden beds in the main garden, and that's coming soon. Hopefully it's coming soon. Let me go ahead and show you a picture of this barn. I've shown it before. Ours is going to be similar to this one. Little bit different dimensions, but similar to that one. I'm really excited about seeing that come to life here on the farm. All right. What else do I have in my notes? I have a little bit of a family update. I finally got the cover image swapped out with Kate's image. We had Tim up there for a while. Also, Robert up there for a while. And then I went to put Kate's up there and messed up and put Kate's picture on Robert's tomato plants. And I had to redo it, but that's... I really like the idea of doing that, but anytime I commit to something, there's usually a reason for it to get messed up and get fallen behind. So I did get that done. Those of you who are in the family group and appreciate that, you know, give me a little comment on those posts, and over time we'll see. I don't know that I'm going to keep up with weekly creator shout outs, but one way or the other I want to do creator member spotlights there in the family group. So Kate's picture is up. Those were good tomatoes too. Let's see. Lauren's tomatoes are growing wonderfully. Nice. Already growing tomatoes. Very cool. I love how you guys are helping each other in the chat. Like I said, a lot of the cool stuff happens in the chat, and I miss most of it. I went overboard last year and grew over 40 tomatoes. Yeah, that happens. It's easy for that to happen, especially if you start your own seeds, because you can end up with hundreds of plants, and then you have to figure out where to put them all, or you know, who to share them with, or whatever. Nice. My family garden says their plants are 6 inches tall already. Very cool. Also in the family group, just a little more update there. We have over 200 active members, and I'm emphasizing active because we do have over 300 members, but the ones that are participating, we have over 200. And I really appreciate you guys being there. I would love to see more. Like you guys are talking about your tomato plants right now. I would love to see pictures of your tomato plants, questions about your plants, your gardens, so that we can learn from you and also possibly help contribute some wisdom if we know something you don't. Lots of these Facebook groups offer a lot of the same community and knowledge. I understand that you guys are probably in 20 different groups, if not more. So I totally get it if starting to share in one more is too much. But if you don't have a place to be on Facebook and you just want a group that hopefully is always accepting and loving and caring and just wants to help you out, that's what I want for this group. I would love for you to come on over and share your pictures, share your stories so that we can help each other out. I would love to see a lot more posts about your gardens, your fermenting projects. What do I have? I actually wrote a few things down here. Can't see my notes. Beekeeping, I would love to see more of that. I am a beekeeper, but I have so much to learn, and I would love to see what you guys do. So post up your photos, tell your stories, and we can all learn from that. Or just be entertained. Sometimes it's just entertaining and not so much educational. That's okay too. All right. Let me give the... yeah, so Paul, you missed the bee update. Basically, the bee update is that they are mostly just staying in their homes. There are some nice days. Yesterday was beautiful, and I'm sure they were out flying a lot yesterday. Today they should be flying because it's already gorgeous. It's probably around 50 degrees right now. By this afternoon, they should be plenty warm. They should be out gathering from. There's a lot of weeds or roadside wildflower type things that are blooming. The mountain laurel is blooming, and there's just things that now that they can go out and start collecting. So that is really nice for them to be able to do what bees do. And hopefully I can get out and do an update video maybe today. It depends on what kind of progress we make on that fence. Maybe tomorrow. The Luke update is Luke's doing pretty well, and he is just loving eating. You know, you guys know if you follow along, pardon me. If you follow along with Luke's story, you know that there was a long time when he just wouldn't eat anything by mouth. We have him on the feeding tube, but over the last few months, he has found his appetite again. So every day now, he's asking for food. It's still a limited number of foods, but he asks for them every day, which is the salmon patties or salmon cookies that we make. Also, ice cream. He loves ice cream, so he gets several. He only eats 2 tablespoons of ice cream at a time, and he might get that twice a day. He also loves Milky Way, the little fun-sized Milky Ways, and he gets probably 1 or 2 of those a day. Not the best for him, I know, but it's a pleasure food. He also eats applesauce, which is one way that we can get some extra vitamins and minerals and supplements into him because we crush them up and put them in his applesauce. And what else does he eat? That's pretty much it as far as the types of... Sometimes he'll eat a few other little things like chili. We make a chili. But he's been asking for those foods every day, and we are... Oh, fat fries. The thick steak cut fries. He wants those every day now, too. And his preference in fries over the years has changed. He used to want skinny, crunchy fries. Now he wants fat, not so crunchy fries. So that's a little different. And I brought this over to the table, a few things just to demonstrate. I want to show you something funny. So here's, he takes Flintstone vitamins, not promoting Flintstones. It's just a way that he can chew on a vitamin. But I want you to notice this entire bottle is full of, what do you notice? What do you notice about this pile of, besides the fact that I'm dropping them, what do you notice about this pile of vitamins? They're purple. That's right. They're also all only purple because he won't eat the purple ones. Yeah, the gross purple ones. The chicken wire says the gross purple ones. So I had to confirm with Mama Curbs this morning. There are 3 colors that comes in the bottle: orange, a pink, and a purple. And this morning we used the very last non-purple one. I think it was an orange one this morning. So we have to go buy another bottle just because he won't eat the purple ones. We saved those for for our daughter. She doesn't like eating them, I don't think, but she gets the purple ones. That's so funny. So here's another little update. I know you guys love Luke. I do, because a lot of people express how much they love Luke. Tim said crush them up and put them in the applesauce. We could actually do that. So this right here is his feeding tube adapter. Has a little clamp on it. This goes into the part that goes into his tummy. It locks in. And then we put, whenever he gives himself water every day, he gets water several times a day because he won't drink liquids. So we have to give him water through the tube. This goes in here and he pours water in, and gravity feeds water into his tummy. Well, this was going on the other day and he was doing it himself. And sometimes when you're doing things like we add a little bit of prune juice or what we call green juice, it's a greens mix. It's mostly water, but it has greens in it. Sometimes when you're doing those, you get a little tiny clump of something that stops the flow. Well, the other day Luke was doing that and he recognized that it wasn't flowing. So he assessed the situation, walked over to his sister and said, hey, will you pinch this? Because we've shown him that sometimes when you pinch the tube, just moving that air in the tube or the fluid in the tube, it will dislodge whatever's going on and it will start going again. So we thought it was really, really cool that Luke recognized a challenge, assessed the challenge, asked for help, and knew what to help. So he problem solved and went and asked for someone to do that. So, and you know, for those of you who live with special needs kids, you probably understand, but many of you will just maybe not fully get how huge that is for him to stand there and do that, problem solve, and ask for help in a very appropriate way.
He really only expresses needs and wants. So
right.
Anything other than that is huge.
Yes. And Kilter Gardner said he's a smart cookie, which is a great transition into the critter of the day.
You got to lead him up to him. What do they think Cookie is?
Okay, Cookie obviously has something to do with it. I'm going to tell you, Cookie is the name of the animal. Who knows what type of animal Cookie is? I'm going to give you just 30 seconds to guess.
Cookie lives outside.
Yes, Cookie. I'll give another. Mama Curbs is here giving hints. Cookie lives outside. Any other hints? Okay. Chicken. Iguana. A monster. Oh, Cookie's a monster, all right. A goat, a turtle, or a duck. Oh, Cookie. Uh-oh. I better keep a towel on Cookie, just in case. So Cookie has in it very interesting story. Cookie is, hold on. Cookie is an Australian spotted duck, but I probably shouldn't have said that out loud because Cookie doesn't know Cookie's a duck. Cookie believes she's a chicken.
It's okay.
A silky. What? Me? Cookie believes that she is a silky chicken. If we house
Hold on.
Cookie with other ducks, she hates it. She fights with them. If we house her with silky chickens, she's in heaven. Hold on, baby girl. Cookie is also our smallest duck. We don't know if she's an actual runt or just genetically she got the small genes or whatever, but Cookie she's a very interesting, almost said a chicken. Cookie is a very interesting duck. She's very sweet. She's been around for a couple years now, right?
Like 3 or 4?
Yeah, maybe 3 or 4 years. But I really believe she thinks she's a silky chicken because if we put her in with a silky, she loves it. If we put her in with ducks, she's hating life. And the other ducks hate it too because Cookie, even though Cookie's smaller, she likes to prove how big she is. Take it easy there, girl. Another interesting little fact about Cookie is that she is 3 or 4 years old. A female has never laid an egg. That is correct, right? Yep. She's never laid an egg. I think maybe something about being small. She just, I don't know. She's not egg bound. There's nothing wrong with her. She just doesn't lay eggs. So there's something about Cookie that's unique and different. Maybe Cookie believes she is a silky rooster.
Because that's what she's always with.
Maybe she identifies more with silky roosters. Oh, sorry. All right. Is she old enough to lay? Yeah, she's definitely old enough to lay. She's maybe, I want to say she's at least 2. She's probably closer to.
No, she was born when we went to Yellowstone. That was 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. So Mama Curbs has a timeline.
Alan turned 13 that year, so she'll be 4 this summer. So she's
Cookie will be 4 this summer.
Yeah.
So Cookie's almost 4 years old and has never laid an egg. Believes she is a silky rooster, I think. She doesn't crow. Do you crow? I can feel her breath coming out of her little nostrils.
I think
She was going to give herself.
Did you know that in ducks, at least all the ducks we've ever had, that the loud ones are the females? Boys are very quiet. It's true. It's true.
I know to let the girls talk.
Oh, okay. All right. Cookie can go. Thank you, Cookie, for participating in the live show and letting people see your beautiful silky rooster self. I had the towel under her just in case she decided to squirt.
Okay. Last minute.
Release the quackers. The quacking. Hey, did you guys see the post about me doing an interview with Morgan from Goldshaw Farm? Yeah, he has a podcast, and I got to be one of the people that he interviewed. Morgan and I spent some time together at the Homesteaders of America conference last year. And last year during that conference, he offered to do the interview right there on site. But because of just all the commotion and craziness that was going on, we didn't get it done. So several times he has said, hey, let's connect. And finally, last week, we were able to do that. And I am now on an episode of the Goldshaw Farm podcast. My very first podcast. I never thought it would be, I thought there's other podcasts that I've been invited to, and they just never happened, and this one finally did. So hey, Mysterious showed up. So good to see you. All right, let's see here. Thank you, Wheat Tree, for posting that. I really do appreciate it. Yes. Yeah. I was nervous about the whole podcast thing because I wasn't going to have any hand in editing it. And yeah, I was just a little concerned about how that would turn out. But Morgan at Goldshell Farm did a beautiful job. And let me hold Breezy for a second. Mr. Breeze. Oh, Mr. Breezy is ready to go outside and enjoy green grass. He likes going out every day. Breezy's kind of a funny rabbit. He goes out every day and eats grass, and then he comes inside and hangs out. Huh?
Oh, look at the camera.
He comes out and he hangs out with us just like a dog. He walks around the house, drinks out of the dog bowl, and makes very little mess in the house. Like he's almost completely house trained. He doesn't make a mess in the house. He makes less mess in the house than our dogs do. Isn't that right, Mr. Breezy? He says, I'm sophisticated, and I'm not holding him very well, apparently. There you go. Oopsie.
He's shy.
He wants to hug me. All right, Breezy's going to go out and eat some grass. I thought it'd be fun to show him for a second. Easy, Tiger. There you go. On my shoulder. I need a hunchback.
Backpack.
I need a hunchback so he can sit on it.
Dance classes in 14 days.
Susie, next week. That's the answer to your question. A bonus creature of the day. That's right. Yeah, we've had a few rabbits, but none of them have been able to be trusted just walking around the house. We'd let them out for a minute, but then they would make their mess and we'd clean it up and put them back in their cage. But Breezy just doesn't. He has a little place in the corner of this space right over here. It's like between a dining/kitchen area, but he has a little corner that he sits, just kind of hanging out, and then he'll come out, walk around, see some things, beg for treats, just like a dog, and then drink out of the water bowl. Sometimes he'll come up to us and as if he's begging to be petted, just like a dog. Yeah, it's a pretty cool animal. What else do I have here? I think I went through most of my notes. We're at 52 minutes. Let's go ahead and do that drawing. So the drawing is for the Pruitt's tree resin. These are your exact bottles, by the way, because they came out of this box that I just opened. But you get the oil and the salve. If you have at any moment in this chat mentioned Pruitt's Pruitt's tree resin, then you are entered into a spreadsheet that Kate is managing, and Kate will enter that number into random.org, however many columns, or not columns, but rows, entries she has, and the number that corresponds with your name, if it should be your name, then you would be a winner. So, all right, Kate, let's go ahead and spin the wheel, the random.org wheel, and let's get somebody some Pruitt's tree resin. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Thank you, Kilted Gardner, there for the drum roll. How do you keep the rabbit from eating everything? Ours eats cords, books, and baskets. I don't know. I wouldn't trust most rabbits because I know they chew on things, but Mr. Breezy just doesn't. He's a very good rabbit. He'll accept treats from us, and he goes and sits in his corner and eats his treats, and that's it. He doesn't. He doesn't chew on trim work. No, I don't know. He's just a good rabbit. Oh, did somebody win? Oh, Doug bowed. Yay! That's good because I need Doug to come visit. So that would be very convenient. Otherwise, Doug, if you're too busy, let me know and I'll put this in the mail. Yes. Very cool. Oh, I left one of these Flintstones out. The yucky purple ones. I find that really, really interesting. Oh, man. Drop the lid. Mr. Doug Bow, congratulations on winning the I said it again. Truitt's pre-resin or the Pruitt's tree resin. It's been a long morning already. It's rigged. Yes, he will pick it up. Yep, Sean. I need Doug over here because we got some things to talk about. Oh, how is the onion growing? Thank you. So here's an interesting little tidbit about that onion that I planted for the live shows. And so last week I was going to show that onion because it was growing. It actually sprouted and we had an onion growing in that little pot. And I thought, yay, we're going to be able to do an onion update. And it was sitting up on a table out there getting sunlight and water, and it was looking really nice. Not quite as big as the ones in the garden bed, but still it was looking very nice. And Callie, the goat, jumped up on that table and ate it. It's true. So no more potted onion to show. I'm sorry that experiment didn't go well, but it was fun while it lasted. Yeah, Callie loves onions. Callie is our one goat, and I have said that when she passes, then we're not getting any more goats. But with the chicken yard being almost finished and holding those baby goats at the Mother Earth News Fair, I don't know. There may be some baby goats on the farm. Pigs too, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. But anyway. All right, you guys are amazing. I'm going to end this just a few minutes early. I do believe that everyone has a story, and every story counts. I can see Mama Curbs already out there walking around, and I need to get busy. So you guys, I believe your story counts because you count. I truly do believe that. You matter. You are important. And what you have in your experience is your story, and that story is worth sharing. Somebody needs to hear what you have to say. I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.